From Cheater's surveillance cameras, you are about to view actual true stories filmed live, documenting the pain of a spouse or lover caused by infidelity. This program is both dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their renewal of temperance and virtue. Coming up on this episode of Cheaters.
What are you doing? You with my wife, yeah?
We're just having a pie, having a couple of beers.
Is it nice? Is it nice? Is it nice?
All you ever do is work all the damn time.
I'll bring home the...
See you.
Reality television is brought to you by Cheaters Detective Agency's Private Eyes on Cheaters.
Please welcome Simon Reed, an immigrant curious if his wife has a wanderlust eye. Simon comes to Cheaters for advising assistance in procuring the truth. I'm Clark Gable, and this is Cheaters.
I came over to Texas 7 years ago. I came over here for a college year, and it was great. There was a fraternity auction for charity one evening, so Sarah purchased me, and we had a great evening. I was able to give her a taste of the British magic. We've had a fantastic relationship. Everything's been going really well, but up until recently, there's been a few things that made me question our relationship.
Sarah Reed, age 29, a retail worker suspected of selling out her marriage vows. Cheaters investigators surround the home Simon shares with the suspect. Shortly after sundown, Cheaters detectives spot their mark, Sarah, exiting the home with an unknown male and 2 dogs. Followed to a nearby park, the pair grab a seat on a bench. As they let their dogs play, the suspect and her unfamiliar partner decide to do the same. A short while later, the amorous duo get up and continue walking the dogs.
When we try and get close and intimate, I usually hit a brick wall. Usually hit the brick wall pretty hard. I usually get the death grip. I usually get the death stare. I'd be less scared of trying to touch like a rabid pit bull sometimes. Like she just doesn't want to be touched anymore, you know. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened to the sex drive. She used to be, you know, as wild as a bunny, but that's gone. She's very cold towards me. Sometimes I feel like I'm, you know, in the same room as The Exorcist.
After a leisurely dog walk, the suspect and her friend return home. Reed lets her dogs and her friend into the house. Cheaters operatives note the man stays the night.
You know, we've been working on resolutions. We've been looking at options of ways to fix and rebuild the relationship. We've looked into counselling. All I do get is a pissy attitude. You know, I just get, I know, you know, I just, you know, I really want to fix what's happening, what's going on. If I was to find out she was cheating on me, man, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be extremely pissed off. I've put a lot of commitment into this. Put a lot of sacrifices. I'd be pissed off. I'd be really upset. Yeah, it won't be a pretty day. Yeah, I hope she's not cheating.
Cheaters agents continue the stakeout of Reed's home. During the evening, Simon and his wife leave the house. Taking their SUV, the Reeds drive across town to a restaurant. Holding hands, the Reeds appear to be any normal couple. Inside, husband and wife sit and eat. At some point during the meal, Simon receives a phone call. This causes a stiff reaction from the suspect. After a while, the man from previous surveillance, now identified as Chris, arrives, greeting Simon with a high five. Chris, who turns out to be the roommate of Simon and the suspect, puts down his helmet and grabs a seat. Simon, after a while, says goodbye to both, a handshake for Chris, a kiss for his wife. Cheaters investigators observe that as soon as Simon leaves, Chris jumps into his seat. The suspect seems to have no problem as she scoots her seat closer to Chris, close enough to begin sharing a few kisses. After a while, Sarah and her lover leave. The salacious duo climb aboard Chris's iron steed. Followed closely by a cheater's mobile unit, the pair race downtown to a bar. More kisses herald the arrival of the suspect and her motorcycle man. They spend the better part of that night at the bar before Chris takes his faithless charge back to the house, ending this night of surveillance. Maintaining the stakeout around the Reed home, the cheaters team settle in for a long night. An interior camera placed by Simon captures footage of Chris and the suspect spending an evening inside. Sarah models a tight miniskirt for him, shaking her patootie seductively. As Chris cheers her on, Sarah gives him a quick kiss before changing into another outfit. The suspect turns and poses for her man again. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, Sarah sits down next to her companion and plants a lingering kiss on his lips. Lust erupts as Chris and Sarah undress. And eventually, Chris lifts Sarah up and carries her into the bedroom. Cheaters begins the preparation of the case file for Simon's review. Coming up, the confrontation.
Assembling evidence of his wife's infidelity, Cheaters contacts Simon. Coping with the anxiety created by his predicament, Simon quells his emotions to view the truth. Simon, I want to say thank you for coming out tonight on such short notice. I know you got a lot going on. You know that we've conducted our investigation. The place that they're at is closing soon, so we'll get through this, and then I'm going to give our lead detective on the case a call, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. Simon, we begin our investigation outside of your home. Sometime later, we see Sarah emerge with this gentleman.
Yeah, that's my friend Chris. He's staying with us at the moment. He's from England. I've known him since high school, probably since he's about 8 years old. Well, yeah, he's a good buddy of mine.
Okay. Well, they arrive at a park. They sit down on the bench, conversing a little bit. I mean, I don't really see too much going on there. I see the dogs get up. They walk away from the bench. But then that's a little questionable. As I see them leave the park, he does have his arm around her.
Don't know what to think about that, but it's...
On this day of our investigation, we're outside of your home, Simon. Do you recall that internal surveillance equipment that I gave you? Mm-hmm. This next shot that you're going to see is going to be that camera with the audio device.
Okay.
Well, we have Chris sitting on your couch, drinking a beer, and then Sarah comes out and begins to model clothing for him. She then goes over and kisses Chris, comes out in another outfit.
I look at getting tighter and tighter each time. Oh.
After finishing up, she sits down on your couch, and we have a conversation that we recorded, and you're about to hear the audio from it.
Oh, no.
Did you ever entertain Simon like this recently?
You know Simon would never, ever do anything like this.
Okay.
I only have you for 3 months, so I figure I should, use our time wisely.
Well, when's Simon back?
Next week sometime.
Okay. Well, I love Simon to bits, but hoes before bros.
After saying that, he proceeds to get on your wife. They begin to kiss. Things get a lot heated up. They go to the bedroom, and you can only imagine what happens there.
What a bitch, man. 7 years down. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it under my nose. He's my best friend. Well, it was.
Well, that being said, are you a forgiving person?
No.
No, not at all.
No way. Why would you forgive somebody who's just cut up your heart and just stuffed up your ass,
I'm just so curious as to what his motives are behind this and what hers are, if they know.
It doesn't make sense.
Let me call the lead detective on the case right now and see exactly what they're doing. We know where they're at. I'm just going to wait for word from him, so worst comes to worst, we'll stage somewhere really close to the location, and then we'll go from there, all right?
Okay.
I promise you everything's going to be all right, man. Hey, man, what's going on? You want us to roll out right now? All right. Yes, we have the address. Copy that. We'll see you in a second. All right, bye.
Let's go get him, man. Let's go.
You ready?
I'm gonna pull his hair out, punch his face in.
But the main thing, before you do all that, Simon, the main thing I want you to do is I want you to try to get some answers from Chris and as well as from your wife.
Oh, we're here?
We're here. All right, you ready?
Yes,
Here we go.
Oh, man, it's raining.
Right there, right there.
What are you doing, man? What are you
doing?
Hey, this.
Coming up next, the conclusion.
What a bitch, man. 7 years down. I didn't see it coming. He's my best friend. Well, it was. What are you doing, man? What are you
doing?
Hey.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You. I'm Clark Gable with Cheaters. What's going on? Do you know that this is his... You know what this is?
What the f you doing? What are you doing, man?
Oh, okay, calm down.
My wife's here. You're with my wife, yeah?
We're
Just having a pie, having a couple of beers.
Is it nice? Is it nice? Is it nice? It's him!
Why would you do this to your best friend? Why would you do this to your husband?
What are you doing? Simon, what are you doing?
Good. Having a beer,
What are you doing?
having some pie. Like,
Why would you do this to your friend, Chris?
What did I do?
what did I do? What did I do? I didn't do
We
anything.
haven't done anything. We're literally eating pie. We haven't done
I've seen the
anything at all.
videos. I've seen what you've been up to.
There's no videos.
I've seen
There's no
it.
videos. Simon, there's no
seen it.
videos.
I've seen everything.
You guys have been under surveillance for the past couple weeks, so you have nothing to say to explain this at all? Not even you being his best friend?
There's nothing going on.
Nothing going on. I haven't done anything wrong.
I wouldn't be here standing here in the rain if there was nothing going on.
I saw you lift her up. She had the top off. You grabbed her in her arms. You took her away. I'm not stupid. I've seen what you do.
Man.
Drinking beer.
You have a wedding ring on.
Drinking milk. What are you
We
doing?
haven't done anything at all.
You have.
You haven't done
You've
anything
been
at
doing
all.
everything wrong.
We're having an innocent dessert.
So you guys have nothing to say about this night. Back of the bike, kissing each other. That doesn't ring a bell at all? You do this to your best friend. You guys think that's funny? So what do
There's
you have
no
to
answer,
say?
man. There's
What do
no
you have to
answer
say
to
being
this.
his wife?
And I'm sorry, man. It just happened, you know. Like, you know,
Sometimes your emotions get the better of you, and it's terrible.
she's
believe you guys.
you know,
Don't believe you guys.
it got real like intimate.
Simon,
real
I never
quick.
see you anymore. All you ever do is work all the damn time.
I'll bring home the.
See you. I never see you anymore. When we got married, you said, "Oh, I'll be there for you all the time."
You wanted the
I'm your
$50,000 wedding. Who paid for that? Look at that, man. That's my living room. That's my
He
couch.
invites you to stay with his house
That's my TV.
3 months.
That's my beer.
Yeah, I've been staying there, man. It's,
Why?
I think you've been more than staying there.
Of all the people.
It's one thing to have a beer, but it's another thing to have a wife.
man, you call me red-handed, man. I'm sorry.
This is over.
She's really hot, man. She's really hot.
Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
Ruined
Simon,
everything.
look, it was a mistake.
You ruined everything.
Clearly,
Took my heart, you sliced it open, you shoved up my ass and me. That's how bad it is. Like, don't come home, find a way home, yourself, go yourself, peace out. You guys. You. You know what? You, man. Yeah. What's up? Give me the tongue.
stop,
Come on, Ed. Finger hard
Do you
enough.
like seeing your friends
Yeah.
like this? Is this what you wanted?
no, this is not.
Well, why do you do this?
Simon! Simon!
Mike.
What do you want to do?
Mike. Him. He can go himself. What you've done. Why did you do it to me?
Sorry. I didn't
Really?
mean anything, Simon.
You know he's bad,
I
man.
didn't mean anything by it.
You know he's bad. He's
Sorry.
in trouble. He was my best friend. 9 years, man.
Why don't you guys
Sorry,
stand out of
I
the rain
love
if you're
you.
actually going to talk?
I love you.
To the them.
So do you have anything to say to him? Sarah?
Really?
Dave, I'm so sorry.
at his face. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Get enough of this.
Go home. Talk about it.
I'm gonna kick his face in.
Don't. Just let it go.
Camera out my face. Gotta get out of it, guys. Hey, you should be with me. Look. Yeah.
No.
You know.
You should be with
me. He's a man.
He's a man. Stop.
Come here.
Chris! Just let him be. Just go.
You suck it at suckit.com.
Following the confrontation, Simon yields to his heartache. Later, Cheaters will update you on his condition. But now, please meet Craig Jennings, a former suspect eager to let the world know his side after getting caught on Cheaters.
Well, the day of the confrontation, me and Michelle were out at the park, and you know, we were just talking, and like I said, I still think everything just got blown out of proportion when Amy came up to me, and you know, she did what she did, and I can see what I did. It didn't play it well with her. Me and Michelle probably went a little bit too far with things, but it was crazy, man.
What the is this? What the? Who the is this bitch?
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey,
what's
whoa,
what's the problem,
who
bro?
are you? Touch me?
What's going on?
What
is this?
What the
man? No.
Hey, whoa, 4 years? 4 years gone? You said that you weren't with her.
Hey, what's your problem?
What are you doing? You said that you weren't with her.
What's up, man? Come on.
I don't think I'm a cheater because of the fact that Amy was and is still number one. I mean, the couple times me and Michelle went out, we went out for drinks or we went out for dinner, we was just hanging out at the park. I mean, that was it. Michelle never came to my house. I never did what I did for Amy, for Michelle. Amy was always number one.
What if I was standing here with you and you were looking at her?
I would go up there and ask her what's going on. I wouldn't go call Oprah and bring in a whole network and be like, figure out what's going on.
Well, maybe this is the only way to get your attention.
Listen, Amy, listen. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, we hung out a couple times, but it was nothing, okay? It was nothing. Amy, you know I love you.
Stop. I can't.
Amy, are you ready to go?
Stop.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Stop.
You're not going.
Stop.
No, let's go.
Stop.
No.
I can't look at you right now.
I still love her, man, and I still want to be with her. It hurts a little bit, man. It hurts. 'Cause you can't just throw away those years like that. You know, the years that we spent in college together, man, to the time after, it's just, I still want to be with her. I loved Amy. I still love Amy, man. And really deep down inside, I think she still loves me too.
In the aftermath of the confrontation, Simon Reed discloses that although he did reconcile with his wife, it was only a temporary fix. Putting his own feelings at the forefront for the first time in his life, Simon tells Cheaters that his soon-to-be ex-wife has moved out, along with his ex-friend. When finally contacted by Cheaters' producers, Sarah Reed was extremely forthcoming with information. Reed claims the couple had been drifting apart for a while. The suspect confirms that although she still sees Simon's best friend, the situation has been tainted by the incident. As for Chris, when questioned by Cheaters' producers about the affair, he only had this statement to make: "I hate American Pie."
If you don't get your programming from Goldstein's, why, we'll both lose money.